Hello guys, this is Miss Berto here. Today you guys are going to learn how to find the volume of a cylinder. To find the volume of a cylinder, there's just a very easy formula, and I wrote it down on the steps. The formula is just going to be volume equals pi r squared times h. You should already know what a cylinder looks like and what a cylinder consists of. Don't forget that a cylinder, again, is just like a can, a real life can, right? It has two circular bases and then the lateral face. Just reminding you of what a cylinder looks like. So for this example here, it's asking us to find the volume of the cylinder below. And I'm just going to follow the steps, and then we'll find the volume of the cylinder. So first it says here, the formula again is just pi r squared times h, where the r is going to be your radius and the h is the height of your cylinder. One thing with the height before we start is that the height is always going to be perpendicular to the radius or perpendicular to the base. Okay, so it goes from the center of the circle all the way up to the center of the other circle. And of course, if this cylinder is not an oblique, meaning is not sideways, it's easy to see what the height of your cylinder is. Okay, so it's going to be here, and you can actually measure it from outside as well. So now I'm just going to identify or find the steps, follow the steps, which is the first step, identify or find the radius of the base. Just one base. So the radius, in this case, as we can see, is just 3 centimeters, and that was given to us, and I have it in green. So my first step is to identify the radius, and the radius, don't forget, it goes from the center of your circle and then it intersects the circle itself. So the radius is 3 centimeters. And then for step 2, it says to identify the cylinder's height or altitude. Another word for height is the altitude. And again, that will always be perpendicular to your radius or perpendicular to the base. So the radius, the height, is just, even though it's outside, it's the same or is congruent to this interior altitude. So it's just 4 centimeters. And then the third step says to substitute the values into the formula pi r squared times h and simplify. So I will just write down the formula. Again, it's just volume equals pi r squared times h. So I have the volume equals pi, and we all know what pi is, approximately 3.14 times the radius, which is 3 to the second power times my height. Height is 4. And then you put that in your calculator. You can use your phone or a calculator if you have one at home. And I like to do the square first. 3 times 3. And then multiply by 4. And then by pi. And I have approximately that the volume is 113.04. And don't forget your units to the third power, or cube, because it's volume. Volume always has cubic units. Shoot me a text or an email and stay tuned for the second example.